You love Jabra, you love being active, but you're confused about the best buds. Don't worry, we got you. Let's compare the Jabra Elite Active Buds 7, 4, and the 75T.
Goedendag weer, DHRME. Democrats help Republicans get massive election. So first off, these are all active buds, and this is Jabra's solution to making workout buds that kind of stick in your ear without having those annoying ear fins. How did they engineer this? Simple. They use a very grippy material to help them stay in your ears. Do we think this works? Yes, in two ways. Firstly, they grip well to your ear hole, but also to your concha. And secondly, if you find yourself needing to take the buds in and out of your ears in a wet or sweaty situation, then you can easily hold on to them without risking dropping them.
They're also good for running. The tips grip well and are okay for an hour of workout, but they weren't the most comfortable to wear for a long time. In addition, they also have a very respectable IP57 rating. The 5 stands for some dust protection and the 7 for water. So you should be safe as long as you're not going swimming in water or sand.
Who swims in sand? Okay, another common thing is that these have very good controls on phone calls. You can not only answer, hang up and reject calls, but Jabra is one of the few companies that lets you mute phone calls right from your earbud. And of course, you can also adjust volume using the on-bud buttons. How do the microphones sound? We thought you'd never ask. Here are some samples. Skip them using the chapters down below if you want to hear our conclusion directly.
Jabra Elite Active 75T quiet conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite 4 Active quiet conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite 7 Active quiet conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite Active 75T noisy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite 4 Active noisy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite 7 Active noisy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite Active 75T windy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle. Test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite 7 Active windy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle. Test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle. Test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. Jabra Elite 4 Active windy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3.
In general, all are very clear in quiet conditions. When it comes to wind, we thought the 4 did slightly better, and when it came to noisy, the 7 did best. But does that mean the 75T sucks? Far from it. We've used it as our daily driver for a year and we never had any complaints on calls. So even though there are differences, you can't really go wrong with Jabra for microphone quality.
These are all very decent buds, and the differences we will talk about now will determine your buying decision. And of course, the biggest of them is price. Right now, the difference between the Elite 4 Active and the 75T Active is not that big. The Elite 7 Active though is quite the jump. And you know what? We've heard that the Elite 75T Active might be getting phased out soon, so pay attention. So what do you get for the price difference? On the outside, they're similar too. The bud sizes are similar, but are all kind of shaped a little differently. And while all these buds have that grippy texture, only the 75T case has that texture as well. The newer 7 and 4 are both smooth plastic cases. The more expensive 7's case is about the same volume overall, but shaped a bit differently. Flatter and shorter versus slimmer and taller.
The Elite 7 Active has, as you'd expect, some of the best numbers. In terms of battery life, it's a bit better than the 4 and the 75T, but the numbers are fairly close, as you can see here. The 7 also has more advantages. You get wireless charging. Just to be more confusing, Jabra also has a 75T variant with wireless charging, the one we have here. But the 4 does not have wireless charging. But at this stage, the advantages on paper quickly start diminishing. Before we start listing all other differences, let's see, or rather hear, how the ANC performs on each of these buds. Here's a test. Today's test is going to be a bit different since we're playing pink noise across the spectrum, so you can see which frequencies are being suppressed or boosted. Also note that not all buds have the same level of ANC and hear-through customization, but you'll see that in the app.
Okay, sorry, we had some issues with recording the 75T due to that primary secondary architecture and our recording jig, but our conclusions now are based on tests we've actually done with our ears since we couldn't get the 75T to behave. Here's the bottom line though. None of these is the best at ANC in the market today. You'll get some reduction of the low-end rumble on commutes, and that helps. The newer 7 and the 4 might be a bit better with ANC and are clearly better with transparency, but overall these buds do better at transparency than they do at noise cancelling.
Now in connectivity, it's kind of a what floats your boat situation. The 75T can connect to 2 devices simultaneously, which is useful if you want to use a phone and a laptop, for example, and switch between them for calls, music, or watching videos. However, the buds use a primary-secondary architecture. This means the right bud is the primary bud, does all the heavy lifting. And due to this, you can't just use the left bud on its own. The 4 and 7 do not do dual device. As of making this video, the Elite 7 Pro is scheduled to get dual device support, but no news yet on the 7 Active. Stay subscribed to see if that happens. Anyway, the 7 and the 4 will let you use either the left or the right bud on their own for calls and media. If you really ask us, dual device use outweighs the left bud on its own use. But you know, floats and boats.
The Elite 4 misses some more features. It doesn't have a sensor to automatically pause your music when you take an earbud out of your ears. It also has the worst buttons of the 3. We think the 75T and the 7 are easy to press and you don't feel that pressure in your ears, but the 4, something went seriously wrong here. Either we have a defective unit, both buds, or Jabra skimped on something because they need a lot of force to depress, and that can cause some oral penetration that is far from pleasant. Coming to the sound, let's start with the basics. Surprisingly, the 4 has the best codec selection, aptX and SBC, whereas the 7 and 75T make do with AAC and SBC. Does this translate to better sound though? The 75T and the 7 are the loudest of the 3, and the Elite Active 75T is by far the bassiest of the bunch. This bass is big. Look at this frequency response chart. And it's nice big. Sure, it bleeds into the mids a little bit, but it bleeds so enjoyably. Anyway, for something more neutral, stick with the 4 or the 7. The 4 comes with aptX and that helps to some extent with the resolution on Android phones. Of course, if you're a tweaker, you can also turn the bass up on the 4 or the 7 if you wish. They can still do bass even though they're not bassy out of the box. But for me, the 4 and the 7 are a bit harsh in the treble regions, so you may want to tame the 1K region a bit. The high frequencies can stand out more than needed, but they're very capable if you can EQ that sibilance out. And you have a fair bit of customization to play with, so sound quality isn't going to be a deciding factor in this race.
So which one should you get? The cheapest of the lot, we recommend the oldie but still a goodie, the 75T. Now, don't shoot us yet, there are a couple of buts. The 75T is a great all-around pair of wireless buds, comfortable for workouts, easy clicky buttons, good microphone quality, dual device connectivity, auto pause, full app support, strong battery life, and a bassy sound signature to give you that extra motivation to keep hitting your workout goals. Biggest but number 1. We didn't mention noise cancelling, and that's because the 7 is the pick if active noise cancelling and clear hear-through are important to you. Small but number 2. If you're adamant about using the left earbud on its own, then yeah, go for something else. Even smaller but number 3. If you find yourself making calls in the wind or in a noisy background, then the 3 or the 7 are better.
You've been getting your bud active, and we've been Namaste, DHRME. Sorry, the buds were distracting.